Alright, so here's a Zenith model H is in hotel, 619T is in tango. It's on the back of the radio. This is some sort of weird export model, supposedly. This is a, I think it's 7-tube transformer operated set. This looks pretty similar to the ones we've already worked on before, like a 8725 and a, ones like that, H825. The ones we walked on before, they're AM FM. This is a transformer operated set. If you can see that, it's got a transformer, and it's a H619T. I think this is a 6Y08 or something T chassis. I'll have to look it back up again, but anyway, I can't find any service history or schematics or service data or anything on this, so we're just gonna have to kind of wing it. Depends on how bad this guy screwed with this thing, because I was going through and checking out the tubes and seeing where they supposed to plug in at, and he had 3 of them in the wrong place, so I had to, they were the right tubes, but they were just plugged into the wrong slot, so I had to go around and replug those in, and I fired it up and I can't get nothing. It's just static. It sounds like static. There's just nothing. I just can't pick up anything. And the back of this thing, this is not one of those radios that has a loop antenna on the back. Here's the back, and it doesn't have a loop, but somebody's put all this stuff on the back of it, whatever all this stuff is, and that cut wire right there matches the wire that's on this radio, blue wire. I don't know, they had some kind of banana jacks or something put in there, what it looks like, a white and a red one. But I've seen pictures of the back of this radio, and that's not factory, so somebody put that crap in there. I don't know what the deal is with that. But anyway, there's no loop antenna. That you can see where there had been a loop antenna inside the cabinet here. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks like that. Yeah, you can tell the one was glued in here. Goes up under here and all the way around the inside of the cabinet, which is another way they used to do it back then. But I've gone through all the boxes around here and I can't find the loop antenna that goes inside of there, so that's probably gone. So I had to rig this thing up over here and clip lead it into here and play with it a little bit, and I still can't get it to do anything. So I guess something's wrong on the inside. We'll have to try and figure that out. And without a schematic, it's kind of hard to wire up a loop antenna. So we'll just have to do the best we can. We got these 2 wires here, which I believe are probably for the loop antenna, and I'm not sure what this is, what these were supposed to be for. I tried hooking up an external antenna. This didn't really make any difference, so I was thinking maybe that might be what it was, but it looks like they tried to put some kind of a jack on the back of it, like a speaker jack or something right there. But it doesn't look like anything's been soldered to that thing, so I don't know. I can't figure that out either. I don't know what that's for. Okay, so this is a 6-tube set, and it's got the standard AM broadcast band coverage, 55 to 1.6 or 1600 or whatever you want to call it. Then on the shortwave band from 2.3 to 7 megahertz, and then from 7 megahertz to 22 megahertz. So it's got a pretty full shortwave band on it. The only thing it don't have is below 2.3, so that's pretty good. So anyway, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this thing working or not. It's got 3 bands on it, ABC, and then you got your ABC right there. Again, this is supposed to be some kind of export model or rare. I don't know. I got it in on a bunch of radios. It really don't matter to me. You know, if we can get it working, we can get it working. If we don't, then, you know, it'll be a shelf queen or whatever. Because I can't work on, it can't solve a bunch, you know, problems where somebody's been in here monkeying around without service information. So anyway, let's take it apart and see if there's anything we can do with it. I was just looking on the bottom of this thing. I was looking at this paper label, and I don't see any kind of chassis number or anything on there, but I did find this. There's a H619 Tango, so yeah, this is the correct cabinet for the chassis that's in it. That's all I can find on it. You know, I can't find any schematics or anything online for it. Oh well, don't like too much monkey business in here. There's a few capacitors that were changed, and I was looking at where these wires go and just don't make sense either, because it's got this one wire here just goes to ground. Which one is it? It's this one here. That one just goes to ground there, which is off of this phonio jack. And then this goes to ground too. So why do you need two grounds? That don't make no sense. And then this other one just goes to the volume control. So I thought that was an antenna hookup, but it's not. This blue wire probably is, because it goes to the band switch, so it goes to the antenna coil in there. So that's probably some kind of external antenna. But hell, I don't even see the regular loop antenna connections. I don't know where those were at either. I'll have to look a little bit more into this, but anyway, something don't make sense to me either. If this is some kind of export model, then why does it run off 110 volts, you know? I mean, it's just got a regular old 110 volt plug on it like any other radio. It's got a 117 volt transformer in it, so. Now, if it was a rare model, there ain't too many other countries that run off 110 volts other than Canada and, I don't know, maybe Mexico or something. Japan, I think, runs off of somewhere close to 110 volts or somewhere in there, 100 volts or something like that. But the plugs are pretty similar, but yeah, I don't think they imported this thing to Europe. Over there, they run off of 220 or something like, somewhere along those lines, 230 or something like that. Anyway. So, whatever, you know, I'm just going to see if I can figure out, you know, if there's anything simple going on. They're just going to have to kind of just go off of your experience from working on other sets and see, you know, if you can figure out why it ain't picking up something. About all you can really do, just look for trouble, go in and test the circuits, these resistors and stuff, the values of the color codes, you can go by that. He's replaced some of these capacitors. You know, I don't know if he replaced them with the correct values, but I think they'd have to be pretty far off to make the set not work at all. So, you know, maybe that's not an issue either. So, this phonio switch is supposed to go this way for radio and this way for phonio. So it is in the correct position. So we can rule that part out. Guess I can go and check the antenna switch or this band switch here for connectivity, just stuff like that. Just look out for obvious stuff. About all you can really do. If you have a schematic, you can get more in depth with it, but you know, it's just kind of flying off the seat of our pants, I reckon. Well, it's playing, but it seems like it's got a loose connection with this tube 6BE6. Like if you ever touch it, you'll never get it playing again. I just shut it off and turned it back on. It was playing just a minute ago, but and if you ever touch that tube, it's working, but it's very touchy. I guess I might have to clean that tube socket or something. And there it goes. You touch it, there it goes. but it's only picking up the station up the road. That thing ought to be blasting in here.
As bad as Job.
It's coming in pretty good.
For myself, I'm going to remember Diane Odell. Diane was 3 years old.
But I don't hear anything else coming in, so.
She spent the next 58 years in an iron lung.
It ain't working to its fullest potential, but no, at least we got, you know, something happening. So let me tinker around this thing a little bit more. I probably need to spray some deoxin in that tube socket back there and see what happens. Okay, so let me turn this down, because the last time I played that Spanish station, I wouldn't think I'd have gotten a copyright, but I did. So we're not doing that. I just screwed around with these IFs and got it a lot better. And these are the oscillator adjustments, and there is a delicate balance between, when you don't have any service information, just, you know, there's a balance between your IFs and your oscillator, and if you can peak the two, then you're going to get the best performance, and that's what I seem to be able to do. So it's picking up on shortwave too. I was up on the high end of the shortwave band, and I was picking up some more Spanish stations. So you know, at least it's working on those. It's during the daytime, so the low and the lower shortwave band is probably not going to have a whole lot on it, but it seems to be working. Let's see. It's 970. It's not like super sensitive, but at least I'm picking up something besides the station a mile up the road. But somebody had been in there monkeying around with these adjustments and got them all out of whack. So, and they're closer now. I don't think I've got them dead on, but can always fire up the signal generator and try and see if we can hone, you know, get them peaked out. That station's just blasting in there now, as it normally does when you have a 1,000-watt transmitter less than a mile up the street. So that'll happen.
Justified to eternal life, you're just as good as in heaven right now as you ever will be. Justified until eternal life. Break down at any of those seven, you can walk out of here knowing I'm as lost as I can be, headed straight for the wrath of God in the lake of fire. And so whatever your condition,
you get them close enough by ear.
Now the good news is that if you fall into that condition and you say, I know I'm lost,
that's going out there.
You can change that. Or rather, he can change that when your will and your volition...
You get them close enough by ear, you can get it to work pretty decent.
Uno, 5, 0, 4, 7, 0, 6, 0, 4, 6, 5, 5, 1, 8, 5, 2, 5, 8, 0, 7, 5, 5, 4, 7, 6.
Alright, we have some storms rolling in, so probably gonna hear some static on this thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a band scan. I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing back together. I'm pretty well satisfied with it. It's pretty close. Everything, I've checked out everything. Everything's tests pretty close. I had to change out some resistors because they were just, you know, out of tolerance. They weren't bad, but just you know, just barely out. So I went ahead and just changed them out. So anyway, There's everything in there. Everything seems to be working okay. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it back together and call it good. I've already checked the tubes off camera. Most people don't seem to be interested in that, so I figured I'd leave it out of this video. Alright, we got it back in the cabinet. It's on shortwave on band C, which is the highest band.
The country and the history is written by fair and honest and truthful patriots.
Very obviously, we know the sick.
Not much going on there.
What do you like that message to be delivered?
Still during the day, so a lot of the lower parts are going to be inactive.
También causa pendiente o fue arrestado por el mismo hecho, pero al mismo tiempo sale esta muchacha en este espectáculo, porque yo
Some storms going through the area. I don't know if I'll hear anything on this band or not. This is the lower shortwave band. Probably not. We got something. Probably WRMI. Usually get them about this time of day on the lower bands. About all you can pick up. That and the preaching. Alright, so right now AM. Got storms moving through the area, so gonna have those lightning strikes.
From Montclair, Virginia, you're at the Chris Plank Show.
Whew, well, them lightning strikes are bad.
It's egg, it's a potato, and a medium hot cup. But it's obvious which kind. Sausage, biscuit, and small. Well, maybe it's the first.
Well, this thing don't want to move. Yeah, I think I might have to wait till after the storm goes by. These lightning strikes are bad. Well, I was tuning around and then this happened. So I guess it needs a new dial cord now. I heard a YouTuber once say that dial cords are a challenge of the mind. Well, my personal opinion is dial cords are something, you know, if you want to challenge the mind, it'll challenge it right into a mental institution. Anyway, I got this thing restrung. Make a long story short, I ended up restringing both of them because this one that actually controls the tuning capacitor, it was like on a, it was busting loose. It was on this last strand. We'll put it that way. So I was like, well, rather than the thing, breaking, just go ahead and do it while you're here. So I did, and I got it done. I was looking to see if I still had the old cord. I was going to show you it was on its last strand, but I guess I tossed it in the trash. So anyway, it's done. Seems to work okay. Everything moves okay, so hopefully that'll get it. It said 2 turns, but I actually ran it 3 turns because it seemed like it was slipping on 2 turns. So that seems to work okay, so we'll go with that. Alright, so back to the band scan after our dial cord ordeal, and it's still got lightning strikes in here, but it's a little bit better, so let's go ahead and finish up.
Visit
Pretty soon I started doing funerals.
Oh, really? Death was your life?
Yeah.
Great. Car Guys Show. Good morning. Last Saturday, I went over to help a dear friend of mine, and I got... No te has sido de mi vida, mía, pero ya te... Tickets from Vivid Seats. To score tickets backed by a 100% guarantee, download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
Every business seeks an advantage, whether it's having...
From the sky, will love grow the red dye? I don't know a thing about it.
Also joined by
So 6-5 in the championship game. This after Curacao tied the game in the 5th on a grand slam homer to center. It's the 8th championship.
For the next 10 to 15 years, he wrote over 7,000 songs. His songs became the most...
All right, there we go. I think this is a 1956 Zenith H619 Tango. I don't know whether this thing is an export model or what. I don't know. I don't really believe it is because it's 110 volts. I don't know. Anyway, we got it working despite not having any service data on it. If anybody's got any service data or schematics, wiring diagrams, any sort of alignment instructions or anything, let everybody know down in the comments. I'd like to know, and that way I can get a copy to have with the radio if I need to service it in the future. Other than that, thank y'all for watching, and we'll get on another Zenith dial ring style radio. I think we got 2, 3 more. I think 2 more. This is the 3rd one, so we got 2 more. I got 5 of these guys. So anyway, we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Alright, and yes, I did get the dial direction fixed. For those of y'all that noticed, I did get the dial direction fixed before it was running backwards. Alright.